Have you ever wondered why someone with incredible potential can still destroy their own life? Maybe you've been told you were made for something great, but right now you feel ordinary, confused, even trapped by your own weaknesses. This story reminds us that God can call someone for an extraordinary purpose, but every choice they make still matters. The strongest person can still have the weakest heart. Can you guess which Bible story this is?
For 40 long years, Israel groaned beneath the rule of the Philistines. Their villages were watched, their freedom stolen. Their enemies ruled with iron weapons, while Israel struggled just to survive. The people cried, but few truly repented. Yet while Israel saw only suffering, God was already writing the next chapter of their story. Not on a battlefield, not in a king's palace, but inside a quiet home where hope had almost disappeared. In the small town of Zorah lived a man named Manoah and his wife. For years, they had prayed for a child. Every birthday, every family celebration, every baby born in the village was another reminder that their home remained silent. No tiny footsteps, no laughter, no sun. Then one ordinary afternoon, everything changed. A man appeared before Manoah's wife, but there was something different about him. His presence was calm, yet overwhelming. His face seemed to shine with quiet authority. The air itself felt holy. This was no ordinary traveler. It was the angel of the Lord. He looked directly at her. "You are barren, but you shall conceive and bear a son." Her breath caught. Impossible. Yet the angel continued. "He must never drink wine or eat anything unclean. No razor shall ever touch his head, for the boy shall be a Nazirite to God from birth, and he shall begin to save Israel from the Philistines." She hurried home. "There's a man," she exclaimed. "He looked like an angel. He spoke to me. He said we're going to have a son." Manoah listened carefully, then bowed his head. "O Lord, if this is truly your messenger, please send him again. Teach us how to raise this child." God answered. The angel returned. This time, Manoah stood before him himself. "What should the boy's way of life be?" he asked. The angel repeated the instructions. The child belonged to God. His life would be different. His calling would be different. Manoah prepared a young goat as an offering. The angel told him to present it to the Lord. The sacrifice was placed upon the rock. The flames began to rise. Then, before their very eyes, the angel stepped into the fire. The flames carried him upward, higher, higher, until he vanished into heaven itself. Manoah collapsed onto the ground. "We're going to die," he cried. "We've seen God." But his wife smiled through her tears. If God wanted to kill us, would he have accepted our offering? Would he have promised us a son? Sometimes, the greatest faith speaks in the gentlest voice. Months later, their son was born. They named him Samson. He grew quickly. The Lord blessed him, even as a boy. There was something unusual about him. He was stronger than the other children. He climbed higher, ran faster, worked harder, but his true strength was not yet visible, for the Spirit of the Lord had begun to stir within him. Israel's future deliverer was growing in silence. Years passed. Samson became a man, tall, powerfully built, feared by wild animals, respected by his people. Yet, his greatest battles would not begin on the battlefield. They would begin inside his own heart. One day, while traveling through Timnah, Samson noticed a young Philistine woman. He couldn't stop thinking about her. When he returned home, he told his parents, "I've seen a Philistine woman. Get her for me as my wife." His parents stared in disbelief. "Is there no woman among your own people? Must you marry one of our enemies?" But Samson refused to listen. "Get her for me. She is the one I want." His parents couldn't understand, yet God was already preparing events that would shake the Philistines. As Samson traveled toward Timnah, he separated briefly from his parents. The vineyards stood silent. Birds suddenly scattered into the air. Then, a roar. A young lion burst from the vines. Its muscles rippled beneath its golden fur. Its eyes locked onto Samson. The beast charged. There was nowhere to run. No weapon, no spear, no sword. Only Samson. The Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him. In one incredible moment, Samson seized the lion. With his bare hands, he tore it apart. The impossible happened so quickly that no one else even saw it. When his parents caught up, Samson said nothing. The lion remained where it had fallen. His secret stayed hidden. Weeks later, Samson returned along the same road. Curious, he looked toward the lion's carcass. Something remarkable had happened. A swarm of bees had made their home inside it. Golden honey filled the hollow remains. Samson reached inside and scooped out the honey. He ate as he walked, then shared some with his parents without telling them where it had come from. That strange sight would soon become the answer to a riddle that no one could solve. The wedding celebrations lasted 7 days. 30 Philistine companions surrounded Samson. Laughter filled the hall. Food covered every table. Then Samson smiled. "I'll give you a riddle. If you solve it within 7 days, I'll give each of you a fine set of clothes. But if you cannot, you'll give me 30 garments." The men agreed. Samson spoke. "Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet." Silence. One day passed, then another. They argued, they guessed. Nothing. The answer remained hidden. For how could they know about the lion and the honey?
Sometimes, the most dangerous enemy isn't standing across the battlefield. Sometimes, they're sitting beside you, smiling. Before the next sunrise, friendship would become betrayal. A wedding would become a war. And one man would shake an entire nation. To be continued.